Once again, it just shows you the importance of being an ERC20 token and riding the Polkadot hype at the same time. And this is exactly what has happened with Dego Finance. And again, I thought this was a joke of a project, to be honest, but just the fact that they got listed on Binance just shows you that what Binance really want is they want to see substrate based and they want to see DeFi. And on top of that, they want to see it as an ERC20 token. And this is the reason why I think some projects such as Chainx, for example, with the PCX coin are suffering when it comes to listing, just because they are purely substrate based and that takes more development time to list. Again, Polkadot has been listed with the DOT coin, Kusama have been listed with the KSM coin. They're substrate based, but they are the giants, they're the ecosystems, right? Whereas PCX is, they want to become a parachain, right? And they also want to become a secondary relay chain. But Binance don't see that, right? What Binance want basically just something straightforward to list. And then they could do it. So when they say they support the Polkadot ecosystem, how are they really supporting it if they really want the token to be an ERC20 token? I don't understand. But anyway, in today's video, we're going to be talking about Dego Finance or Dego Finance, which is kind of copying the name from Lego, except it's Dego, decentralized Lego Finance, which is basically an aggregator, a DeFi aggregator with modularized drive concept, which enable users to get the best return from the DeFi ecosystem. Dego is deployed in Ethereum mainnet at this stage. In the future, Dego will build on more permissionless blockchains such as Binance Smart Chain, Tron, and Polkadot, attracting more users to experience the multiplying effect of Dego. In the meantime, Dego chain will be a Polkadot DeFi dApp parachain based on substrate. Benefited from the Polkadot ecosystem, Dego chain can also connect all the mainstream blockchain networks and aggregate DeFi protocols to form a unified cross-chain DeFi ecosystem. And we're going to see more and more of these DeFi aggregators trying to do exactly the same thing. I've covered actually one of them yesterday, which was a sponsored video with QDAO. Do check that out if you're interested. But everyone is trying to do exactly the same, and the question is how many will really succeed, right? And again, Dego Finance, fair play to them for getting listed on Binance. I'm not sure what the trick was behind them getting listed. How did CZ or Binance even consider them? This is what I don't understand, right? What is the criteria? I'm sure the team or the lead devs that created Dego Finance probably applied, but what was the real criteria? How much have they paid Binance to list them? And if they didn't pay them, what was their secret? How come they made it? Was it just that they got into a queue and they had to wait? But anyway, I don't want to spend too much time to bore you to talk about that. This is on polkaproject.com, the source of news, the source of information that I always use when it comes to Polkadot projects, substrate based projects, anything like that. And even ones that are trying to work with Polkadot but are not substrate based, they're all listed here. So again, there are some that are trying to ride the Polkadot hype here. I've done a dedicated video explaining what Polka projects, so do check that out. But to continue on here and talk about Dego Finance with the ticker symbol Dego, they're currently trading at an enormous price of $23.54, which I personally don't think it deserves this kind of price, just because it's just a DeFi aggregator, right? There are many of them. There's a ton of them, and just because they're trying to ride that Polkadot hype and trying to become a parachain doesn't make any sense to me as to why they're trading at such a high price. Maybe because they're listed on Binance, right? Perhaps. Again, the max supply is 21 million. The circulating supply is 8.6 million, as you can see here. So very similar to PCX in that regard. And of course, the max supply is following Bitcoin's model, 21 million. Now, where are they actually listed? Well, they're listed on Binance and KuCoin and Bitsum, and they're listed on all these big exchanges. So the question is, did they get listed on KuCoin because of Binance? Very likely, yeah. And also Bitsum Global, right? Why did Bitsum Global list them? This is the second biggest Korean exchange. So my question now comes once again, are they really supporting the Polkadot ecosystem yet listing ERC20 tokens, or did Dego Finance have some special funding on the side which they used to pay for the exchange listing? And again, this is not a sponsored video or anything. It's just, I was just really surprised as to why Dego Finance is so special to get listed on Binance, and I was trying to dig into it. So hence why I wanted to do this review and to kind of help you understand and summarize it. So what you could actually do here when you go to their official website is you can connect using the MetaMask wallet. which is an Ethereum based wallet. You connect to that. You can see the address here down at the bottom once you're connected. This is copying like the old Windows operating system interface, maybe like the Windows 95 one. So when you click on Dego here, it basically brings this up, which tells you it's the Lego of the decentralized world, building an ideal decentralized financial ecosystem through diverse combination of NFT plus DeFi. So they're trying to be an open NFT ecosystem. So now let's look at some of the different options that they've got here. There's the referral option here, where you can generate a referral to get 10% rebate. When it comes to liquidities, I believe this is what it's used for when you complete the transaction. So when your friends complete the transaction, you get up to 10% real-time commissions, and this is in relation to supply and liquidity because they are a DeFi aggregator. Now you can stake, so by staking they actually mean supply liquidity, earn Dego on the Dego Ethereum pair, and this is the liquidity pool. So you can select this pool, for example. You need to approve the transaction, and you can harvest Dego, so you can actually earn Dego by farming. Okay, so this is just your typical DeFi method to yield farming. Now there's a dashboard here, which tells you what the current price is, which tells you the value that's locked, the total dividends, and so on. So the structure is pretty good in that sense, and it's in a way it is kind of unique, right? So I gotta give them credit for uniqueness, but are they really unique? Because again, they are trying to copy Windows 95 here, and they're using Lego. So they've actually had this idea of combining Lego with the classic Windows operating system, and then trying to come up with this idea, and then just mixing DeFi. So just for this idea alone, they've actually become successful, right? Now, when you go to Hunter here, there is no option here. So this is something that they're developing. With regards to dividends, the same. So a lot of these options are not available. We've got the market here. The market contains different NFTs here. Silver level NFT tells you how much it costs, right? You get 2 Dego. You have to pay 2 Dego, 5 Dego for this. The price is 0.3 ETH. So if you buy this NFT, I think what happens here, and again, quote me on this if I'm wrong, maybe you know, but perhaps what's actually happening here is that the price is 0.04 ETH, and then it's infused with 2 Dego, because we know that NFTs can be infused. And then we've got different level NFTs here. So you can see the larger the price, the more Dego they're infused with. So I think this is what this is. Basically, if you destroy the NFT, you get 5 Dego. This is my assumption, but I'm not sure. Maybe you can't even destroy the NFT. Now there is the auction as well. So here you can buy different NFTs. Again, this is actually sold out. You can see Satoshi Nakamoto's NFT, Vitalik Buterin, Donald Trump's NFT, Steve Jobs, Joe Biden. So yeah, they're going political here, as you can see. And this is the full list to be opened. There's just one, which we don't know what it is yet. They're going to open it for sale. There's also the donation page if you want to support them. There's the bounty page as well, which they have to open here. The governance as well. Let's wait for this to load up and see what this is about. Snapshot page. Now while this is loading, let's look at Dego Chain. Dego Chain is coming soon. Again, the dividends is coming soon. The email, the document, I do have that open. I'm going to take a look at that in a moment, and we'll also talk about the tokenomics. Again, social media, you can follow them on Telegram if you want to join their Telegram page, Twitter as well. Now, so this is the snapshot.org website here with the different proposals that they've got. So actually their democracy system seems to be let me see, let me actually open this. So proposal of liquidity migration. So how does this actually work? It's just that I'm so used to using Polka.js when it comes to the democracy, when it comes to voting, that when you use a different platform, it seems a bit different, and it's odd. These are the results. This is where you can connect your wallet. Okay, so you can actually vote in a democratic way. As you can see here, you need to use Dego to vote for any proposal. So again, it is following the Polkadot model in that sense, that there's a proposal and then you can stake or not stake, you can lock your DOT or anything else that's on Substrate, be it Ring in case of Darwinia, be it PCX in case of Chainx, be it KSM in case of Kusama, and Edgeware in case of Edgeware. So any kind of any platform within the Substrate ecosystem using democracy is following the same model. You need to have that native token or the native coin in order to vote. So here we can see the votes are visible. So at least there is transparency from this point of view. So fair play to them. This is a plus on my side. And to get back here and talk about the token. So Dego is the utility token of the Dego platform. So here we need to understand why do we need a Dego token, right? Aside from them being a DeFi aggregator, what's so special? So Dego token holders will vote on platform parameters to navigate the project's economics and developments. The incentives. Dego tokens are used to incentivize user participation in bounty hunting, referrals, and other programs in the future. The NFT suite. Dego tokens are required for NFT minting, staking, auction, trading, and more. So this is the utility, as you can see here. So just for the NFT minting alone, it just seems odd to me that for these type of NFTs, which are not that special if you think about it, they're okay. I mean, they look cool, but there are much better ones that are out there for digital art. So just for these kind of Dego tokens or Dego NFTs, if you want to call them, because even the NFTs are following the Lego model, I just don't see that kind of explaining the reason as to why they got listed on Binance and why they're trading at this humongous price at the moment. Now the system tax. Users who transact with Dego tokens will contribute to a dividend pool. Then we've got the specifications here. So again, it is on both ERC20 and BEP20. So they're also on Binance Smart Chain. We can see there are two addresses here. The total supply is 21 million. The public sale was 10% of the token supply. Uniswap liquidity was 5.2% to 5%. Dego DAO, which is the decentralized autonomous organization, basically the development community, the people that are managing the proposals, you know, anyone that's part of the team in a way, not the team, but the core team. And then you've got other parties as well, which are helping support the project. These funds go to them 3.75%, airdrops 1%, and mining rewards 80% because you need to actually farm in order to generate Dego. So again, this does explain, right? People are farming it, and this does explain why it's doing so well now on Binance, because we've only got 8 million in circulation, just over 8 million in circulation. Now, when a user transfers the Dego token, 0.2% of the trading fees of the transferred amount will be deducted. 0.1% of the fees will be directly burned. The remaining 0.1% will be transferred to the dividend pool. Okay, so that's cool. So the fact that we've got 21 million as the total supply, and I do hope that this is capped supply, right? It does say 100%. The fact that they've got this burning method here, maybe this is what makes people bullish. So again, I didn't know about this until I started this review. So that's the reason why we need to be reviewing these to understand, are they really worth that much? Is the value, does the value make up for what they have to offer, right? Because when something costs so much, like 23 bucks, this was actually over $30 if I'm not mistaken, not too long ago, had a huge pullback. But does it actually explain as to why it's so important, right? So they've got a destroy address here. Okay, you can see the dividend pool address, and the fact that they've got this destroy address gives them that transparency, because we can actually check this destroy address and we can verify that this is legit, right? So if you would go to etherscan.io, you copy and you paste this, you can actually check to see if they're actually destroying tokens by sending them to that address. And does anyone have access to that address? That's the other question, right? We'll assume they don't have access. Now there's the cap on the pre-sale details here. You can see the maximum that one could buy was 5 ETH to get 3,000 Dego per 1 ETH. Okay, so that is good. And Uniswap liquidity 700 ETH and 1,200,000 Dego, and of course the Uniswap listing price, which was 1 ETH for 1,496 Dego. So yeah, this is pretty much it here. They've got the referral option once again. If you're interested, the roadmap, this is the roadmap here. The Ethereum NFT airdrop, Ethereum NFT mining, auction, BSC module launch. What else do they have planned here? Let's see. NFT casting V2. Testnet. Where's the Polkadot one? I don't see anything. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, deploy ERC20 BSC 908 protocol in Polkadot. Okay, but nothing about the parachain here. So are they not trying to become a parachain? They said they are. I'm not sure. Yeah, there's nothing on parachains here. Maybe what they mean is by this one, mainnet officially launch. because they want to become a parachain. So they're going to have like their own blockchain on Substrate, which is going to be a side chain, a configurable side chain. And when that happens, that's probably what they're referring to here. So they're not aiming to do that until Q4. So they're going to be one of the last parachain applicants, right? They're not going to partake in the parachain auction early. This is what this is telling us here, right? So yeah, this is pretty much it. Again, I wanted to keep this short and kind of try to understand if it's actually worth the price that we're seeing it at. I just didn't really understand why a DeFi aggregator would get listed on Binance just because they're mentioning that they're going to try and get a parachain on Polkadot. Again, it's not guaranteed that they're going to get it. They need people to bid for them, but of course they could get it, right? It could happen. So yeah, this is why I wanted to take a look and see if it's worth it. So just my final thoughts on this. I do think their idea is good, but I do also see them copying. Again, they are not actually creating something specifically unique because their idea is unique, yet they're copying the models that they've created. So like I said, just a reminder here, they're using Lego, which is a copy, but obviously they're using the name Dego. So obviously they can't get in trouble with Lego because they're not really infringing. And then they're copying the Windows, the classic Windows 95 here. So the whole operating system structure of the GUI of the interface. So yeah, just my final thoughts on this. Again, is not like it's a good idea, right? It is a bit attractive at the beginning, but I just don't see anything super special, anything wow, anything revolutionary. It's just a DeFi aggregator where you can supply liquidity to the pool and get rewarded for it. That's it. I'm going to leave you with this. Let me know in the comments below as always what you think, and thank you for watching this video. Take care. Bye bye.